Thank you for tuning in. Every now and then I get emails from people who tell me that they like to watch the show lately because even though they may not agree with me on certain stances that I take and talk about, that they watch me because A, I am live and viewed with immediate situations, perhaps later on, and that I speak from the heart and that I talk about mostly media and give my opinions and talk about certain things that some of you who agree with me on this particular situation with regards to perhaps trivial matters, but that they find it somewhat entertaining that I'm able to take a very mundane situation and expound upon it and speak from the heart as to why I love it or hate it or disagree or what have you. And many a times I've been told that people make me a part. I'm chuckling. You'll understand why in a second. They make me a part of their breakfast or their lunch or perhaps their dinner and all that. And I wanted to acknowledge that and tell you that that's one of the reasons why I do this show. And it's will be coming up on a year in October that I've done the YouTube show. I didn't intend for it to be me, schmoozing with you, so to speak. Frankly, I do this out of selfish reasons, but with a good reason, out of the fact that my eyesight's not that great, folks. I have type 2 diabetes. I'm dealing with it. So this is a little bit more convenient for me. I love the camera. I'm not shy of the camera. Sometimes I pontificate a little bit too lengthy than I should. I realize 5-10 minutes is the golden rule in visual matters. Get that. So I wanted to acknowledge folks for a lot of things. One, I'm getting more word of mouth. Um, Many of you don't always agree with me. I know that. And I care about the fact that you take the time to write or to watch and to at least see a portion of this. Appreciate that. Um, and I'm going to start maybe doing a Ask Rich Lieberman, maybe a blog, a written blog, so you can ask questions. And you can always ask questions. I get my email at rich.lieberman@gmail.com. You could send me, feedback, good, bad, keep it clean. But if you have questions or anything like that, feel free to email me. I generally answer in timely fashion. And this part, the people have given me some, not all, shit about begging. And I've always said, look, if I'm begging, then we've got millionaires and billionaires out there who have on their websites money. They want money for you to send them, like a Bill O'Reilly or a Sean Hannity or Michael Savage. And I like Michael Savage quite a bit. Um, it- Look, every day, at least Monday through Friday, I give you what I regard as decent, sometimes not that decent, but honest opinions and scoops, reviews, entertainment. I don't have a bevy of, graphics and elaborate backgrounds, but I am here, sincere, um, unfiltered kind of a thing. And one of the things I like about that, and I've preached this a gazillion times, I don't encourage advertisers, but asterisk coming. I don't want to be told what I can say and what I can't say. I don't want to be threatened that we're going to remove our ads if you keep, shouting. And I don't shout for shout's sake. It's one of the things I don't do. I'm not going to create controversy and be like a shock jock to borrow a phrase, to garner attention. I don't get paid on clicks. I exist because of you. If you like what you see or hear and you enjoy the fact that I am here Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekend, and I talk about Bay Area media culture, so it's going to maybe go nationally and discuss media items and trends and discussion. Hopefully, try to be interactive where you can call in, you can send me emails. You can do that now anyway. And we could discuss things, topics, news, politics, culture. We have an election coming up, that kind of a thing. And I've always lamented the fact that we don't have a radio station in the Bay Area where we can interact like the old KGO. That's just one of the things that I've been kind of on a missive to discuss. So I do all of this by myself, not bragging. I'm just saying it's a part of my existence. I don't have a staff. My expenses are incurred by me. So when I've preached about sending me a contribution, most of my contributions that I get, folks, they go to me paying electronic bills, cell phones, and internet, and high speed, and just enough money to put away so I can pay the bills and I can also give myself a small amount for a cup of coffee, that kind of a thing. And look, the Bay Area is so barren now. We don't have a full-time media writer at the Chronicle. We don't have anybody doing what I do. And now I am going to toot my own horn because nobody else will. I'm sort of an outlaw in that area. The Chronicle's never going to give me any credit. I don't need their validations, frankly. I know what I'm worth and what I'm not worth. I do the best job that I can under the circumstances. I've been very, very critical of the Chronicle, very, very critical of KQED. And yes, I'm very critical when I see shit and bad stuff on television and radio. I will call them out. I won't do so anonymously because my name is up there, top of the masthead. I don't hide behind a keyboard, make critical comments that can be deemed as very hurtful sometimes, but I am very public about that. So the reason why I bring that up is because this is a very tough world we're in these days, especially media wise, where our good stuff is disappearing. Our mainstays, whether it's television stations, radio stations, are becoming more and more marginalized, given the fact that we have all these alternatives, streaming and cable and phones and all this shit. That's why a lot of these companies, by the way, are going broke. It's because they're killing off one another. There's way, way, way too many things on. People are just, bedazzled. I guess if you're a consumer, to some degree, all this stuff is great because you have a bevy of options to choose from. So I'm just this little speckle, folks, this moleculic entity that exists primarily to give you my 2 cents and other things. I don't elaborate, make myself out to be this behemoth of a media figure. That's for you to decide. I just want to be somebody that you could depend upon, that will give you honest opinions, whether you agree or disagree. And I ask you to help me, to keep me in business, so to speak. And the feedback that I get, unfortunately, I wish that could maybe subsidize some of the things that I do. But people, for some reason, I guess it's just the nature of the beast, the internet. Everybody pretty much thinks it's all free, which in many cases it is. I am asking you to contribute to me so I can, and I'm very nominal about it, like $5. Is that going to kill you? $10? Donations? I don't want to go behind a paywall. I've resisted every letter and email and, it text, this, that, and the other, because I want to make this a free site. I want it to be available to everyone, high income, millionaire, billionaire, zillionaire, limited income, no income. And we have such a vast audience out there in the Bay Area, and I'm getting a lot of word of mouth, and people are watching me, even when my shows suck. But by and large, I do a good job. I try to keep a pulse on the community, what's taking place. I give opinions, I give my thoughts, I sometimes break news, and I talk. And I hope that you find this show entertaining, amusing, whatever, fill in the blank. But by and large, keep watching. I'm going to get as many interviews as I can. And I promise you, I will be there for you this, that way, or the other. And I just wanted to know, please, please, folks, not life or death, but I exist on your dime. So please contribute to my site and let me know your thoughts, good and bad. And